Hello, everyone. Thank you for checking out this episode of Nerd Caliber. I'm here with Ashhuhlee, um, and we're here to talk about her amazing cosplay. This is from My Hero Academia. What is it about Froppy that made you want to cosplay her?
Actually, it's this one scene, and I just feel like she's super creepy in it. She like comes out the shadow, and she's crying, and she's like, "You guys." I was like, I also am like that. And I just like her character design, like overall. And that's why she's definitely one of my comfort cosplays. Like when I'm like, I don't know what to do, and that's what I do. I just put on Froppy.
Oh, okay, okay. So what's the elements of your cosplay? How did you put this together?
For this one, I bought this suit. It's a Zentai suit. I bought it online. My wig actually happened to be like, I was shopping one day and I was at a beauty supply store and I was like, oh, this green kind of wavy curly wig, and I was like, I love it. And then I was like, I can use it for Froppy. I can use it for Deku, but I'll probably use it for Froppy. And like these goggles took so small, but they took like a year to make because I was just so on and off. Like, do I really want to make? Do I want to commit? I don't know. And then like I did, and now I love it.
Well, let's talk first about the suit. Now, you mentioned that you bought it.
Mhm.
And what alterations did you do? Any alterations to it?
Not for this one. So besides like cutting, I'm going to make some alterations because putting this on today, I was like, yeah, no, I'm having like an issue with like I can't use my hand. So that's a really big thing is I can't like it's hard to touch screen. So I have like holes cut in my thumb and my pointer finger. I'll probably add zippers so like I can unzip here, especially at conventions. It's way more convenient to be like, let me not get my suit dirty and take them off. But that's one thing I really love about this suit is like the shading on it is really well, like it just fits. I'm like, I feel the most confident and like I just feel great in this suit.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
So let's talk about the makeup. What did you do to create the effect?
So today I didn't really put on foundation. I just did light color correcting because I found like my skin is at a point where I don't really need a lot of foundation, so I just color corrected on my cheeks. Let me get closer. It's kind of like a cut crease with my darker greens like on the outside, and then I cut it and put a shimmery green. It's from my favorite palette. It's the Alchemist palette by KVD Beauty. I recommend it to everybody. I'm like, you like highlighters? You like different color highlighters? Perfect. And that's what I did too here. I used face paint in white first, and then a light green shadow, and then put the highlighter on top of it to make it like a shimmery line. Yeah.
Oh, okay. And was there any problems with the wig and styling it or anything like that?
No, not at all. Like the wig, it's my favorite wig. Like it's easy to just like kind of pop on. I'm not gonna do it now, but it's really easy to like just shift it and like, oh, I want my part a little bit further here if I want it, if I don't want it in the center. It just has a little bit of lace here, but I find that like this wig is like it's $20. It's perfect, and it blends really well. So I don't have to do too much, which is also like when I'm at home, especially now during quarantine, like we can't really go anywhere. So it's like, do I really want to put in all this effort to make TikToks at home? Not really. So I could just pop this on and it still looks good.
Oh, okay. And let's talk again about the headpiece. Did you say you made that or?
Yes, I made my headpiece. I forgot what pattern I used, but I because if don't reinvent the wheel. So I'm like, I'm not gonna try to figure this out on my own. Just spend a couple bucks. I bought a pattern. Yeah, and I use foam. to EVA foam to make everything. These are just like Christmas ornaments, and I painted the inside green, and then just kind of glued them on the inside, and it's held in by hair clips, so like it's easy for me to just slip it on and off. So it's not like connected to my wig, because I'm pretty rough with props and wigs. So it's definitely easier. I'm like, I can just detach everything and have it separately, so I can make sure I don't ruin it.
Okay. What would you say was the most difficult challenge when it came to this cosplay?
Getting my goggles done. Like wanting to get my goggles done. Because I did buy, like I bought the wig, I bought the cosplay, like, because I know how to sew, I can make wigs from scratch, but I was like, oh, do I really want to make this piece? I bought everything else. Do I really need this piece? So actually taking the time and getting it done. And then, because I made this last year, and I started it last year, and like I would do things a lot differently. I would definitely try to make this like an actual band piece around my head versus just, because there's nothing on the sides, it's just this one piece. So figuring out how I wanted to attach it without you being able to see the clips at all, because like from behind you can definitely see that I have clips in my head, and I don't care for it, but that's just a personal preference.
If you had to do this all over again, what would you do differently?
I'd make it all myself. I'd make her there's a lot of elements to her cosplay. So I'd make her whole green suit with the black banding. This is like, it has the fake harness, but she does have an actual harness and a belt. She has gloves. So I would definitely want to remake everything so that it's not just one suit, but has more dimension. Since I do love the character so much, I'm willing to put in that work. That's what usually ends up happening, is that if I really, really like a character, I'll invest my time. I wouldn't change your wig, because I love this wig. I'm not gonna get rid of it. And definitely, like I was saying, like remake these, make it an actual wraparound headpiece that I can fit on my head. I also wanted to try a different method of making these not so opaque, but kind of like see-through, so like they look like actual goggles.
Okay. So when you're at a con, now Froppy, if I remember correctly, in the cartoon series, she's a bit awkward. So when it comes to like posing for photos and everything, what would you suggest? What do you do to prepare for that?
Ooh, I am terrible at posing, but I know the steps I could do to prepare. So like practicing at home is definitely something I need to do. Like how do I, because I just have like my go-to like Froppy pose, like her little froggy, like with her little hands like this and her tongue sticking out. Like that's my go-to Froppy pose. But definitely like looking at the anime, like, oh, what kind of poses does she do, and try to mimic those, like realistic poses. Like that's also comfortable, because I have done poses for characters where I'm bending a lot, and then the next day I'm just like, oh, what did I do all day? Why am I hurting? So knowing your body, knowing what you're capable of, and being able to be like, this is realistic for me to do all day if I get stopped for pictures.
For anyone that wants to do this cosplay, what would be your advice before they start?
Definitely, what kind of budget do you have? And your skill set. So like, can you make her whole suit? Do you want to make her whole suit? Or would it just be easier for you to buy it? What else? You can just, as long as you have like certain elements of Froppy, you don't actually have to do her suit. You can do casual outfits. I think one of her identifiers is like the green line on her face. and her goggles. So if like that's all you wanted to do and you had like a green wig, you can put on any clothes you want, because people would know like, oh, you're Froppy, that's who you are, because that's her identifiers. But like with her hero suit, like if you didn't want to invest the time to make her whole suit, like Zentai suits are great. I know they sell like the actual just like green suit with the separate pieces. That's also an option. Like there's the series is so popular. There's so many places and things you could buy, and just shop around, be like, oh, I can get this piece for this much, and do it like that. Since it is so popular, people are always selling things that are popular.
For anyone that wants to follow more of your work online, where can they go?
I am most active on TikTok and Instagram. My handles on both of those are Ash, like Huh, and then Lee, like Bruce Lee, Lee. And then I have a Twitter. I'm not as active, and there's an extra H, so it sounds more like Ashhuhlee. Like it makes different noises with the letter placement. Also Facebook, if you search Ashhuhlee Cosplay, I have a Facebook page. I'm most active on Instagram and TikTok though.
Thank you very much for taking the time to talk to us. And to our viewers out there, stay tuned for more cosplay content, and please be safe out there. Have a great day.